Yo, what's Gucci? It's your boy, Big Willie Get Silly, aka the Koki Poppy, represent Puerto Rico and BX all day, every day. Woo, woo! I'm out here. You already know what it is. Now look, I was in the studio spitting that fire like I always do for my mixtape, which drops in July. And I looked at the calendar and I thought, oh shit, it's almost Valentine's Day and you ain't even got a date, dog. That's wild. I've been out here grinding so hard. So hard I've been out here grinding that I ain't even have time for love. That's bugged. But what could I do? Valentine's Day is around the corner. And then I had a thought. Rather than going to the streets and trying to holler at these shorties or go to the club and act mad thirsty, I would just post a video on my page and let the ladies who are looking for a Valentine's Day date know that your boy Big Willie Get Silly is available. Now, before anybody watching this video comments some stupid shit or asks me a dumb question, no, I do not fuck with dating apps because, as we all know, it's just a government conspiracy so they can get more information about you so they can charge you more taxes. Facts! If you don't believe me, consider this. Why is Valentine's Day so close to tax day? That's all I'm going to say about it. You can do your own research. It's on the YouTubes, dog. Stay woke. All right, now I'm going to keep it moving. Because a girl might ask, why would I want to date Big Willie Get Silly? That's a good question. You smart. So I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Big Willie Get Silly is a good date. Reason number 1, I'm a good dude. That's right. Now, what does that mean? That can mean so many things. Here's an example. If you're trying to slide through and see your boy Big Willie Get Silly, let's say we're in a relationship, because I am trying to build with someone, and you're like, damn, how am I going to get over there? I'm going to pay for that Metro card, girl. It's no problem for me. So you're thinking to yourself, damn, Will's a good dude. He's going to pay for my Metro card to get over there. All I got to worry about is coming back. Nah, I'm paying round trip, girl. That's right. 2 ways, girl, because I'm a real one, okay? A lot of you fucking with dudes that won't even pay 1 trip. 1 trip? Nah, I'm a real one. Everybody fucks with me because I'm a good dude. Even parents fuck with me. Let's say you want to take me to go meet your parents. Not on the first date. Let's not jump out the window. But let's say eventually, because like I mentioned, I am trying to build, you do take me to meet your parents. Guaranteed they will fuck with me. That's the Big Willie Get Silly money back guarantee. All right? Reason number 2, I'm going to take you on a fancy date, girl. Now, look, I don't know where we're going to go specifically because I don't know what your dietary restrictions are. And I care about you, girl. As I mentioned previously, I'm a good dude. So I don't know where I'm going to take you. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to pick a restaurant that is going to have you with diarrhea or some shit. To be honest, that's a bad experience for both of us. So, but I will say what kind of level you're going to expect. You could expect that at least we're going to do Cheesecake Factory level, girl. That's right. I'm looking to spend at least 75 beans on this date, girl. It's nothing to me. And let's say we do go to Cheesecake Factory and you want to take an extra piece of cheesecake home for ladies or for your friends. I'm with it. It's no problem. Because I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to show you a good time. I'm a good dude, all right? See number 1 if you keep forgetting that, okay? Now, number 3, last but certainly not least, I got bars. That's right, all right? A lot of you fucking with dudes that don't got no bars or say they got bars, they definitely don't got bars like your boy Big Willie Get Silly. I'm a real one, certified USDA realness. Check the FDA website. I am registered, all right? Now, look. I got bars. So what that means for you is I'm going to write at least a 16 about my experience with you and about how beautiful you are and about how important you are in this world. You know what I mean? At least a 16. I might go crazy right at 32. Or if the date's going really good, I might spaz, do a cannabis and do like 1,000 bars just on how dope you are. Because that's how I am. Okay? I got bars. It's no problem for me. So, anyway, that's it. I mean, really, there's nothing more to say. I mean, I think I pretty much made my case pretty clear.
ICMTU, which is short for I Can't Make This Up, is a live comedy show hosted by AJDUNK, spelled all caps. ICMTU brings people together from different backgrounds by sharing true stories that have happened in their lives. This episode's shout out goes to, come on, it goes to, that's right, Two Hoots. Wait a minute now. Big Willie get silly. We up in here? Let's see. This episode shout out goes to Two Hoots. When you're looking for a planner for the year, it's just January. It's a customized calendar. Go on to twohoots.com and you can order your customized calendar. Black-owned business, make sure you support. Everything comes, it's nicely packaged. It's right just for you. Make sure you go to twohoots.com and order your planner. All right, everybody? Thank you. Okay, it's time that we get things going. What's good? What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you living? It's your boy, all caps. How you feeling? What's up? Hello. All right. Now, before we get into this, everybody, I'm welcoming. Make sure you can come in, get situated, and also you can go get your sips, go get your smokes, and take your quick shits if you need to while we get ready. All right? So while I'm getting ready, you can get ready and enjoy this song right here by my guy, Arpit G. Let's get it.
तेरा हुस्न नवाबी लगदा कोई करू खराबी तुर भी जब लक मटका के तकबरू होड़ शराबी थोड़ा थोड़ा के कुड़िया जद गली शरण जावेनी तेरे टांगा हर एक खबरू पीछे आवेनी मेरे इस दिल दी कुड़िए तेरे हाथ च चाबी है सबनू मिठी तू मेरे घरा की टोपी है तेरा है हुस्न नवाबी लगदा कोई करू खराबी तुर भी जब लक मटका के तकबरू होड़ शराबी तेरा है हुस्न नवाबी लगदा कोई करू खराबी तुर भी जब लक मटका के तकबरू होड़ शराबी.
Oh, okay. Yes, that is my guy, Arpit G. Make sure you check him out. Go on YouTube, type in Arpit G, and you got a couple tracks by my man. Make sure you check it out. All right, everybody, we up in here. Hope you're back from your shits, your smokes, and your shits, and your sips, okay? We've had a little bit of time for you to go get that settled, get right. All right, it's Thursday. It's Double Dunk Thursday. We on the first show of a double show tonight. So, without any further ado, you know we got to start it, right? So, with my band, Salt Pepper Ketchup, spelled one word, with my guy on the vocals, Jesus, the Bodega Cat, let's get it going.
You know I can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. Yeah. I can't make this up, baby. Ya tú sabes, coño, ahí lo fuimos.
Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. So once you're done at the Litverse, you can make your way over to ajdunk.com and you can check out everything that there is to offer, okay? Now, right here, we got merch by your boy, all caps, signed by all caps. Next week is the Lunar New Year. So we got the year of the ox, baby. So all the ox people, shout out to you. It's our year. But it said it's not lucky, but we going to turn it into our favor. All right? That's what we all about. Once again, thank you all for joining. It's Double Dunk Thursdays here on the Litverse. Make sure you subscribe. Now, I have a special guest here today. I consider all my guests to be special if they're taking their time out of their day to be on an episode of I Can't Make This Up. So, if you will, Big Willie Get Silly, spelled all caps, all one word, please have my guests introduce themselves as you bring them in.
Hey, I'm Lou. Was that first off, fuck you. Because you start at first I was feeling good. You were like, hey, my guest is special, and then you're like, well, all my guests are special, immediately undercutting the specialness that is me. How dare you? I feel like I'm pretty special. My ego is very sensitive during these Pandorama times. So AJ, what the fuck? How dare you? You say this person's special, they're amazing, they're incredible. That's how you introduce a guest, AJ. That's how it should be done.
You are the most special.
Man, it's over, dude. The intro is over, okay? I know I'm special, goddammit, but I like to be reminded. You know?
All right, you go watch. I'll get back on your side. I'm gonna pick it up. You'll see, and just
thank you.
Come up in here with this nice ass camera and everything's very, very crisp.
Okay, I'm waiting for a specific compliment for you to offer me, and then we can continue this. So far, my ego's not feeling great. You know, ego's not feeling great. But you know what? Right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this.
I'm not one to feed people when they say they're hungry. I give it to them when they need it. So it'll come. Don't worry.
You're one of those motherfuckers, aren't you? Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So everybody, here today we have our special guest that is the most special of special. You have to say a cheat code if you walk into the store and you want to talk to this special guest, Lou Gonzalez.
There we go. Wow. Okay. All right. Throughout this, I'm gonna ask you to reintroduce me a couple of times, just to pump my ego, and so I want you to heighten these intros each time, just for the flow of the show, because I'd be super. I like what's going on here.
Look at that. Even the people in the comments, look, you are special. Look at that. Look
at that. Stars, and stars. We love. I don't understand emojis, but you know what? Thank you so much. I don't understand that talk. I really don't. I've accepted that. I'm an old person.
If somebody throws up a knife emoji, you know what that means.
I guess. I don't know. Like, motherfuckers be popping shit. If you know what? The people who are gonna knife you, they're gonna send you an emoji.
You're right. You're right.
They're gonna send you an emoji. They're gonna stab you. They're gonna take your phone, and that's how that works. Okay, I grew up in the hood. I know how things work. I don't understand this fucking emoji shit. People literally be like, someone literally like something sad happened, and then someone sent me a sad emoji, and I was like, I'm not a fucking child. I'm a grown ass man. I was like, do not console me with an emoji. If you send me an emoji, you immediately undercut your condolences with your silly ass. So but thank you for all the emoji use. I appreciate it. I'm just a grumpy old man, so like, I appreciate it. Can't be upset that energy's being sent my way, so thank you.
More emojis, y'all. More emojis.
Yeah, truly just send emojis all show. Thank you so much.
All right. I like to check in with my guests to see where they're located, because I have guests that check in from all over the place. And right now I'm in Jersey City. Where is it that you are repping?
In a state of listlessness, but more specifically, Astoria, New York, Astoria, Queens.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's where I am. I ain't leaving the city. I ain't leaving the city like these punk motherfuckers. I ain't doing that. Bunch of my friends were like, "Oh, I'm leaving." I was like, "Where you going?" "I'm going to California." Now look at them. Oh, messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But you could never anticipate that. Wide open spaces. I wish I had that. Where are you again?
Jersey City.
Jersey City. Okay. Jersey City's nice.
I like it. When
are you gonna get the okay to start getting that legal shit?
Oof. I'll keep you updated.
All right. Great.
That's how I'll keep you special.
I'll be honest. It's not like I can't get it now.
Oh, I know.
People acting like this shit. Like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, all I hope is that it gets less expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it can get less expensive, then I support it. If it stays the same price, then I was like, what the fuck is this for then?
If they got coupon codes and digital coupons, sign me up. I'll be there.
Yeah. It's not like the government hasn't made money off of drugs before.
Right. All right. Are you ready for me to explain what is about to happen?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Let's do it.
All right. So everybody, I don't care if it's your first time, if it's your 200th time, if you're here more than I am, I'm going to tell you what is about to happen right here on this show. On I Can't Make This Up, myself, AJDUNK, the host, invite guests here to share true stories that have happened in their life. Now, I haven't heard this story, so I'm going to hear it for the first time, just like everybody else. Special Lou is going to tell a story that has happened in his life. Now, while he tells this story, feel free in the comments to write it. Type. Type until your keyboard is missing. I don't care. Keep typing. I'm going to watch the comments. I'm going to be listening to my guests, and I'm also going to be taking notes, because once the story's done, I'm definitely going to have questions. So while you're commenting, if you have a question, put a couple question marks in the comment. That's so I know when I can see it. So if you want to say, hey, Lou, is that lava lamp from Andy Warhol's collection? If it deals with the story, then you could type a couple question marks in there. Otherwise, just let it go and we'll get to them. So I have to ask you one thing before you tell this story, Lou.
All right.
Do you pinky promise that this story is true?
Yeah, I'm not a fucking liar. What you insinuating? This is true. And you know what? If I'm lying, you won't be able to tell anyways.
Whoa!
We're not here for games. Someone some tech person, hit the air horn. Fucking go.
All right, if you would please share this story.
Great. So I don't think there's anything. This is a pretty straightforward story. This is about my grandfather and how he died. He died a long time ago. So like, spoiler alert, my grandpa dies in this story. So my grandfather was a Pentecostal pastor. For those who are unfamiliar with the Pentecostal faith, they are very much they're the ones, the white ones. Well, all of them kind of do it, where they like take out snakes and shit. And his church didn't do that, but they did speak in tongues. That was a big thing in the Pentecostal faith, because Pentecostal is the faith of the Holy Spirit. So people be overcome by the Holy Spirit. And the interesting thing is, like, I don't speak Spanish. Puerto Rican, both my parents Puerto Rican. I chose not to learn it because I wanted to feel uncomfortable around both Hispanic people and white people. And so it was a choice that I made. And so I would go to that church and it would be all in Spanish. And I had no idea what was being said at any point. And I always thought it was funny because there was always one lady every time during mass or whatever they called it. She would get up and then she would be overcome by the Spirit and she would go ham. She would go so ham and she was so funny. And because like I didn't know what she was saying, I thought she was talking Spanish, but she was actually speaking in tongues. And I didn't understand that Pentecostal people spoke in tongues until someone explained it to me in my adulthood. And I was like, oh, that's what that was. I didn't understand what any of these motherfuckers were saying, so they were all speaking in tongues to me. But apparently that was a thing that happened. I would also, like, and they would do a whole day thing. So I would arrive at 8 and I would leave at like 5. Like, they would have lunch in the middle of church. Like, they put in time. I'm just giving you backstory to my, just like the whole experience. He was the shit. People loved my grandfather. He was the pastor. They would parade us up. Like, that was our experience. They would parade us up and people were like, oh shit, that's the pastor's like family. Oh fuck. And I felt special. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And I do remember specifically. So like, I guess I was always a performer. Because one time, and my mom said like he always enjoyed me. He always enjoyed me being a jackass. Again, he died when I was 5, so like I was I was always like this apparently. So one specific story, I'm gonna tell multiple stories, but one specific story, I was running down the aisle of the church because I don't respect things, and I fell, and then I got up and I went, oh shit. And I was 3, so therefore it was cute and funny. Like, I can't do that stuff now. Because then it's sad. Like, I'm an old, chubby man. So if I fell now and I said, oh shit, people wouldn't laugh. Well, they would laugh, but then they would also be hurt for me because I have brittle bones. So anyways, I digress. So my grandfather dies fairly young, like 50s. I would say mid-50s, he passed away. And it was pretty sudden, and my family was very much shook by it. And he was kind of like the Rock, financially. And then there was my grandmother, who she was also the Rock. They were both very huge personalities, but he was quiet and she was loud. Guess which one I took from? So when he passes, it's a moment. It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like, it was like, not until 9/11 did I feel such a shift in my life. It was like my grandfather's death, then 9/11. And even then, when 9/11 happened, I was like, oh, okay. But like, it was a huge shift in my life and how things operated around me because he was that integral to the whole dynamic of our family. So when he passes, I swear to God, it felt like a fucking festival. It felt like weeks his funeral was. It felt like weeks. Literally, I would go to the reception, and it was Ortiz Funeral Home, which is, if you're from the Bronx, you know Ortiz Funeral Home. That's where Big Pun also passed, where all those motherfuckers had to like carry his casket. Like, look at the pictures, it's wild. But like so many people showed up for my grandfather. And to the point where like people were just hanging out in the lobby. It would be like packed. It would be like packed. And I was like, yo, this is wild. And I still didn't fully understand death in that sense. Like I knew he was gone, but like I didn't understand what you did in these moments. And I knew that you're always supposed to be sad, and I definitely was. And I distinctly remember the performances that went down in front of my grandfather's casket. It was like talent night at the Apollo. People were like bringing their best acts. People were like showing the fuck up. People were decked out, and also people were loud. People wanted just to show how sad they were that this person who had status was gone. So I'm trying to think, because AJ froze on me, or maybe I'm
here.
You're here. Okay, great. It could be just my internet connection. So I'm with my cousin, and I don't necessarily understand. Again, like I don't understand grief. I'm like still 5, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta say what I'm sad about or what I miss from Grandpa. And I was like, I'm gonna miss the toys he gave me. That's what I said. I was like, I will miss the toys that he gave me. I remember my cousin punching me. I'd be like, that's not, like not in the face, but like in the arm, because boys are violent. And it's like, you don't say that about him. You don't say like that's what you miss about him. But I was like, but like I do, like he would buy video, like he was that grandparent. Right. He would be like my mom would be like, don't fucking buy them anything. She would say that to him because like he would OD. He would literally buy us video games. She was like, you want a video game? Let's go get you a video game. And video games aren't cheap. Right. Video games, $60. Well, back in the day. So like, I don't know what they are now. I quit video games because I was addicted to them. So like he would always hook us up. He was too generous. I think that's also a problem with my family. We're too generous. And to the point where, and I think that's why my mother would argue, because like my grandfather worked 3 jobs just to like keep up finances. Also, he had 5 fucking kids. So that's, oh wait, correction, 6. He had 6 kids. They rolled deep. Okay. They had a starting 5 and a backup. And so like, and what was wild is that a little bit more backstory. My grandfather was white Puerto Rican, and my grandmother was kind of tan, but all of the kids came out white except my mom. My mom came out like this, and she is the only one who married a dark-skinned person. My dad's Afro-Latino. So she was the only one. The rest of them went white, and literally it's wild when I go to like family functions because we are literally the black sheep of the family. We come in this fucking white city, and we're walking around with all their privilege, and I'm like, hey, what's up? But that's also just to show the other dynamic, because I would walk in and I would also be like, yo, this is odd, this is weird. But one of the things that I do remember is that, again, I remember that we did this multiple times, because I swear to God, it had to have been at least a week-long thing. Like they just took a whole block of the week. And I do remember, because they're Pentecostal and of faith, I do remember once we were at my grandparents' place, I think while the funeral, I mean, not while the visitation was going for his at Ortiz, and a pigeon flies, and it's one of those like dirty white pigeons that like, you know, like you see them, you're like, hey, what happened to you? Like you look, you know, I'm not buying a pigeon. And they flip shit. They're like, oh my God, that's daddy. It's a dove. And I was like, that's a pigeon. And like, you don't have to say anything because, you know, people are grieving. But like, it was legit a pigeon. We all knew it was a pigeon. This is the South Bronx. Doves don't come here. But they could have sworn it. And there's like, again, like, I really do think he was a special person, because he he would just call out things. He just had a way about him with people. And I think that's why so many people came. And I think he was touched in one way. There was a connection there that was more than other people. And I think that's why the loss was so huge. Right. And so many people came because he touched so many lives. He was an incredible person. But one thing that I swear like freaks me out to this day, because I'm a 5-year-old, I don't like, this shit made no sense, but I had the weirdest fucking dream. I was in my grandparents' living room, because that's the hub. I was in the living room. He already had died. He enters the living room, and then I just start floating. And then I start floating, and I remember looking at the fan, because we always have a ceiling fan. You always have a ceiling fan because we're always smoking. And then I just remember waking up. It was the weirdest dream. I don't know what it meant. It could just be my little 5-year-old subconscious. But I do remember from his death and afterwards how things started allocating, and I felt like it was the beginning of the connection of our family. And so I think there was also sort of like a death there, in that sense that like things had shifted and never would be the same. And so what was so fascinating about it is that like people mourned hard. It wasn't like a happy time. It was like, which is different than how like I celebrate death now. I have a very different relationship, but it was so weird. But I guess because it was so shocking. But I do remember since then, like things of his just being like feeling not, I don't want to say haunted, but like having an energy. Mm-hmm. And also a lot of the stuff that they had was creepy. Like my grandma had a lot of glass clowns. There was this old man with a Bible. And we also, like, if you're a religious person, you fear God, so you fear death. I'm rambling here. But to say that one of the things that he did say, and I think the more he passed, the more he became lore. Like the further away we came from his death. And one of the things that my mom swears by and makes me uncomfortable, she told him, he told her that I would be special. And now my mom first interpreted that as my seizures. But like, it's just fun to see how she interprets it as time goes on. So first she was like, oh, he's special because he has seizures. Then she saw that like, oh, I wanted to get into like art and like films, like, oh, that. But then I also came out to her, so maybe it was that. So maybe he clocked all of that, and my mom didn't know. But like, I think my grandfather is someone that even though I only have moments of him, it ripples still throughout my life and my family's existence. Right. That's my story. That's it. I'm done. Okay. Again, it's not a fantastic story. It's just life.
Yeah. And okay. So now I have to ask, because I grew up and I was going to Baptist churches. So I'm familiar with people speaking in tongues and catching the Holy Ghost and all that. And you said this was white people, like white Puerto Ricans?
No, like Puerto Ricans are a mix. We look like, I'm saying my family is majority white Puerto Rican. And yeah, but there was a mix. There was people of all colors. Okay. At the church.
That was like a church service that started at 8 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. and have a lunch break. That's definitely some black shit.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, because that's the thing. That's that's Pentecostal services. We would have Bible study, which was hard for me because it was all in Spanish, and they would have me read verses, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And we would probably go once or twice a month. So like so 2 Sundays, because we just had to show face. And then when he passed, we didn't have to do it as much, which is wild because like also I went to Catholic school.
That's why you were special.
Like, yeah, well, we went to Catholic school because my parents were like, yo, Catholic school is supposed to be good. We're not sending you to public school. Like that was the mindset. It had nothing to do with religion and had everything to do with like, okay, our son would have a better education in the South Bronx if it was a Catholic school.
Right.
And so they did that. And so what was good is that my dad was Catholic. And so they were just like, do that. Oh, one story, my grandfather, I remember my cousin brought a rosary into the house, and my grandfather took it from him because they don't believe in false idols. And he was like, and my cousin asked for it back, and he was like, no. I was like, this is false idols. You don't bring this into my house. He was fucking serious. But yeah.
Now I have to ask, what was the most entertaining talent that you saw during that week that somebody did?
That somebody did?
Because you were saying like when people were speaking in tongues,
it was just like they were being loud and performative. People, they all like went on top of him, and also I was 5, so like all I remember being like people are going ham. I remember that. I remember just being like, yo, this is like I've never been to a concert, but looking at concerts now, it's like, oh, these people are on Molly. Like these people are fucking on some shit. But what it was like grief / performance.
Yeah, because if that's what they do week after week and they're
exactly
doing that, then it's on a bigger level. Like,
yeah, listen, if death is around, the Holy Spirit is around.
Yeah.
And it's stronger, you know, and maybe people were vying to be pastor or hierarchy or whatever. My grandmother ended up becoming the pastor, which is wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see it happening. The first lady type deal where it's like, okay, my husband.
Yeah, it was very much like a House of Cards situation, minus the whole Kevin Spacey is
good. And I was trying to figure, like, because you mentioned that he considered you special. Now, it could be special in a way where because that dream, when you were like, I saw him and then I was floating towards the fan. It's like, it's something, I don't know. It's like, I'm stuck on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I look at it as special in a way where it's like, okay, he's defying gravity, even with the fan pushing down on him. This little boy is still rising above and still confident.
I also feel that, like, in life, you always have special connections to people, you know? It's like one of those things where, and it's not even like, it's not even like a sexual thing or like we're a family thing. It's almost like a past life thing where you're like, there's something about you. I don't know what it is. But like in being around you, there's something there that feels different. There's a different wavelength. Kind of like that thing where, like, this is old school, but like when people would turn on old school TVs, you could feel when it's turned on because of all the radiation. Like you could feel it. You're just like, you're like, ooh, someone turned on the TV somewhere. Or like when you get like the phantom buzz, where you feel like you got a phantom text message. I don't know if people experience that. That's more of a condition of a broken society. But it's like that. There's like an energy. There's a vibration there. And I definitely do think I had that with him in a way that other people didn't. And it was also creepy that, like, technically, like, my hairline is also very similar to his. Like, and my build is very similar to his.
Wow.
It's a little weird. Like, my mother would creep me out and she'd be like, you look just like daddy. And I was like, don't put that on me. I was like, I don't. That's creepy and that's weird. Don't talk about that. Handle your grief differently. Piece of shit.
Oh, and dirty white pigeons are a classic symbol.
I guess so. Dirty white. Listen, I'm not saying that there's a lot of dirty white pigeons. So like, it could have been him. Like, dirty white pigeon's the closest to dove. So like, that's what we get in the Bronx. We don't get doves. We get dirty white pigeons.
Hey, listen,
like, this is your omen. This is
it
all you.
It was a hard-working pigeon. That pigeon had maybe a couple jobs to do, so maybe that's why it was a little bit dirty.
Oh, that pigeon got 8 more families to go to make tear up. You know, that pigeon's working overtime. Doves, they show up once, and people are like, "Yay!" Fucking that fucking pigeon had a 9 to 5, and then had an overnight shift. So I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was the deal.
And being 5 years old, I imagine that like that's a lot. Not first of all, that's a lot to take in that your grandfather has passed away. That's number one. But then to see the way that everybody else is reacting to it, and it's just like
that shit was wild to me.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Listen, people were acting silly in that church, and I just connected the two together. But I could imagine the impact that it had on me. Just anyone just witnessing all of that. Because every time I go by Ortiz Funeral Home, I'm always thinking of that particular funeral. And truly, like, I've been to a couple of funerals, you know, because that's life. But it's like I always go back to that one because that one. And I remember, I think it rained that whole week. It was like a fucking movie. It was weird, man. It was weird. So yeah, maybe this was quite an unusual story. But it was just like it was so weird. Where it's just like, because even it wasn't a dove, it was still a white pigeon, which you rarely see. So it is like one of those things where you're like, oh.
Definitely, because when my mother passed of leukemia, and when she did, like for like the week or so, things were happening that don't usually happen, and I was just like, I know what this is. All right, I'm used to it because I happened when I was an adult, so I was like, all right, I've seen a lot of death before, but I'm like, okay, now I know there's a shift.
There's the shift, the vibrational shift, like a seismic. With him, I felt it was seismic. Just the fact that there was all these people reminded me of that movie Big Fish, where all those people showed up. Where it was just like, this is wild that you can have that impact on people. But like, that's what I like so much about death is that it's like when people look at sadness, they look at it as a bad thing, but it's just a reflection of love. Right. So I think it's a beautiful thing more than it is a bad thing. But it's just like, oh, this sucks. So it was like even talking, I'm tearing up a little, and this dude's been dead forever. You know what I'm saying? So like that's wild that I like barely talked to him, but it's just like in talking about that, like it's a very human thing.
Right. I feel you. I'm right along there with you, my friend. Now, I have to ask you, now that you've told this story from the time that you came into the live, being so very special and so like everybody else, then bringing you back up to
you keep undercutting that. You keep saying I'm so very special, but so much like everyone else. You just need to leave it at the special. Like I feel like you're missing out on what the intention of what special means, and I feel like like maybe it's whatever. That's your deal. I can give you tips, but this is your path. This is your journey.
Lou, you even confirmed it because you even said. My grandfather told my mother I was special, and I said this before you even said that. So
you know what? That's true.
Something.
Yeah. My grandfather did say he is special, but everyone else is also special to me. My grandfather did say that. I forgot to say the rest of that. He said your son is special, but like how everyone else is special, like some snowflake shit.
Okay, so real quick before you get out of here, I would just like you to tell everybody else how it is that you would like to be remembered.
Oh wow.
Or I ask all my guests this, and it's just like from the time they come in to the time they leave. Just the episode. Not
I made things better.
There we go.
Period.
I like that.
I enter the room, better.
Special.
Special, but also like everyone else.
All right. Any final before we say goodbye to you?
Any final things? How about this? I mean, I'm gonna do some ads for myself because I got a promo. I run a nonprofit theater called the Squirrel Theater, and we focus a lot on a huge focus for me is on diversity and getting more diverse voices in comedy. So this upcoming month we're going to be doing programming that's geared towards that. We have pay what you can classes for people who are interested in comedy and things like that. Again, just trying to make things better. thesquirrelnyc.com. Check that out. You can also find me at Angry Lou on the Instagram and all that other shit.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time. I honestly really do appreciate it. When you take your time out of the day just to share something like that, and especially a memory like that where it takes you back to that time. I thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
AJ. You are special. There we go.
Just like you.
Like everyone else.
All right. Take care. Oh, oh man. That yes. Like my guest mentioned, Lou, please go check out The Squirrel INYC right there. You see it right there. Go check that out, everybody, when you have a time. I met Lou while learning comedy. I would say learning because it's a skill, a trained skill, and I learned how to work my craft. And so I am a big fan of Lou. If he's doing it, he's definitely doing it to help the people. You're gonna learn at the same time. Now, whew, okay, we gotta take a vote. We gotta take a vote. Now, if you believe this story from the dream to the festivities that were happening during that week, to the white pigeon showing up. If you believe all that, let me get a all caps. If you don't, and you think it's false, let me get a naho. Okay? So if you believe everything that was said, let me get a all caps. If not, let me get a naho. All right. So what have we learned today? Today, we have learned that no matter how old we are, no matter how young, how old, that's what I mean by that, the age range, you will encounter somebody and it can affect you for the rest of your life in a positive way or in a negative way. But we're here about positivity, so look at it in that light. So you can come across somebody and it's like they'll say something, do something. He's 5 years old. 5 years old. At the age of 5, you don't know that much, and to have that type of impact on his life for that, man, that's a wonderful thing. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for popping in. Great story, memory to share. Yes. Doves do live a blessed life. Yeah. And also pigeons have been through some shit. Yeah. Oh, looking at the comments now. You can feel Zenith TV from the next apartment. Yes. That big old yes. And then those are the TVs that you had to physically abuse. Just and we've got in all caps. Yes. Thank you. Lou had to rush out of here because he had to go take care of some things. I'm not sure what specifically, but most likely to help other people improve their craft and be better. So that's why he had to get out of here. So we didn't have enough time to ask him more questions and things like that pertain to his story. But that's okay, because coming up in 40 minutes at 8:30, we've got another episode of I Can't Make This Up. That's right, your boy AJDUNK is going to be right back here at 8:30 with another special guest and another story that cannot be made up. All right, it's Double Dunk Thursdays here on the Litverse. So don't forget to hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe to the Litverse. Subscribe to AJDUNK. This way you'll get alerts letting you know that things are live and you can come join and enjoy. All right, everybody. Once again, my name is AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. You've also got my YouTube there. And on the YouTube, you can enjoy a lot of different things. I've got stand-up, I've got sketches, I've got soup of the day. There's a lot of entertainment there. Make sure you go there and subscribe and enjoy. And then you can share with your friends, and you can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that you know this friend, all right? And again, my name is AJDUNK, spelled all caps. We're here on the Litverse. I will be back with another guest at 8:30. So you have a little bit more time to take a smokes, sips, and shits. All right, because I want you to be back here at 8:30. Have another guest, have another story that I haven't heard. So it's going to be the first time that we've heard it. So I'm going to see you back here at that time. Okay. You know the name. It's spelled AJDUNK, all caps. And excuse me. Woo! Getting ready for this double dunk. It gets me sometimes. Get me sometimes. All right. Once again, the name is AJDUNK, spelled all caps. Don't forget, laughter is always in style. And let them know, Mom.
Leo, yeah, they got the big ego and they make it look easy, kind of like a free throw. They never cheat. Now they not eating Cheetos. They out here chilling with their dang people. They strong and they cocky. They might run up the steps like Rocky. They not sloppy. They like it all neats. They always get W's, never defeats. They in the streets, standing tall. When they're around, you know who to call. Leo, Lion, Kimber. They might slice you up like Simba. Other words, flyer than a bird. Curd. They live on their words. So Leos, do your thing so well. And when you feeling lazy, smoke an L.
Smoke a L. That's right, yeah. Do it well. Next one, gotta balance yourself. I'm talking about the Libra, man. That's the scales, yeah. Listen, you're gonna make a lot of decisions, but you gotta really put your mind in it, because if you don't, then you're not gonna be winning, and people gonna look at you like you sinning. That's right, you gotta choose between good and the bad, but everything else is gonna be in the bag, like the money that you're gonna bring. Yeah, you're gonna bring, man, get a ring. Woo, that's right, romance is in your future. You gonna get married and shoot your shot with that model that you thought you could never get, but she gonna get got, or he, or whatever you are into. It's the sign, it's not what you bring, dude. Don't let these people malign you on social media. Let them stand behind you. You used to be down with the people, then you started standing on your stacks. Now you not equal, and you talk down to everybody. Oh my God, yeah. And you bought a shotty, yeah. I saw it when I came over to your crib to tell you, yo, you doing it big, and you was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, what? And then I just disappeared, yo. Mike Poole, give it up for Mike Poole.
Miguelito Fascina.
Tell these motherfuckers how you did. You started making money. That house is way bigger than I remember, Sonny. I remember you used to sleep in a closet. Now you got like 25 closets. Yo, is that a motherfucking couch, bro? I remember when you didn't have a house, yo. Yo, can I hold something? Lend me some money, man. I'm trying to function. I'm trying to do this channel for my peoples, man. We trying to do everything, man. The sequel, man. You and me, we gonna be friends in 2021. This shit just gotta end. Stop being a motherfucking punk.
I don't sell drugs, okay?
All right, sure? Mike Poole. Yeah, are you sure, though? We all know he does. I took this man to Lions, Tigers, and Squares, the Detroit pizza spot. My man flipped 2 bricks while we was eating a slice. I never seen that in my life. I was like, God damn, we just came from an improv show. Don't you turn it off, my guy?
So plan, get you a financial man.
Hey.
Get your finances while you can. Get your finances, then you dance. Flip a brick, flip 2. You know how you gon' do. I say bricks, I mean jokes, because I joke the most. I don't got no drugs.
Hey.
I don't got hugs. But if you want cocaine, maybe I'm your main. But I only do that on the side. No, really, I don't. I just lied, because I do not sell drugs, Mom. But if you're not my mom, I'm drugs.com. And if you're not my dad, well, some drugs you'll have. But I'm not a drug dealer. If you are the government, if you are just Bush, I don't sell no kush. If you are Obama, well, go get your ganja, because I got some ganja. No, I don't. I'm just kidding, y'all, because I don't sell no drugs. 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 But if you want them pills, you know that I'm selling. But if you want them pills, you know that I'm selling.
Welcome to the Goss. When it comes to news and culture, oh yeah, we have an opinion.
Laura, is everything okay?
I'm good.
Okay, you want to pick it back up? You left off at, oh yeah, we have an opinion.
I know what I said, but I don't want to say what I was going to say because I don't want to get canceled.
Okay.
I like my job, and I don't want to make anybody mad. The court of public opinion hands out tougher indictments than the Louisville grand jury. Each week, the Goss team will touch on an important news-related topic and give you just enough information that you'll have the winning edge in your next epic roast battle. If you've got the time, we've got the Goss. So bet. The cultural phenomenon known as canceling was once relegated for use only for ratings challenged yet critically acclaimed TV shows. I think canceling The Get Down was a mistake. Watching Jaden Smith run around in that fake-ass afro wig was entertaining as hell. That shape-shifting afro deserved to have its own spinoff. Excuse me 1 second. I'm being shown a message telling me that Jaden Smith is a genderqueer and LGBTQ plus fashion icon and that I should shut my stupid mouth before I get canceled. Okay, full transparency, that message was from my own mom, who is not traditionally of the Jaden Smith fan demographic, but she really likes the fact that he gave her the confidence to wear hot pinks in the fall. Listen, some people need to be canceled. Harvey Weinstein, no-brainer. Kevin Spacey, canceled. R. Kelly, some of y'all are still riding with Robert. Now stop it. Pull the car over and take the key out of the damn ignition. I'm getting another message. Okay, I'm being asked. If I cancel R. Kelly, how am I supposed to step in the name of love at weddings when this pandemic is done? Okay, that's easy. Be a big girl, back it up, get in there and wobble with it, mom. Here's my goss on the cancel culture. Number 1, Michael Jackson, pre-Off the Wall, is not canceled. When he was a child, he himself was being abused. Canceling I'll Be There, ABC, or Ben is just re-victimization. Number 2, all of Thriller is a bop. If Beat It comes on while you're in line at the pharmacy, you're allowed to put your shoulders into it. And number 3, even post Dangerous, there's a year wiggle room. But after that, it's horrible what he did. Canceled. We like the cancel culture because it makes us feel invincible against the common enemy. The cancel culture is like a club, but not to be confused with the Culture Club, featuring Boy George, who has been canceled by people who say he is transphobic. I mean, what the fuck, Boy George? Number 5, cancel culture has become a slippery slope. We now cancel people for doing things that we used to just hate on them for. Like, how dare that bitch use the same music in her TikTok that I use in my TikTok? If we cancel people for minor infractions, we are not going to have anybody left. To recap, I liked Michael Jackson's earlier music. I didn't watch Leaving Neverland because my mind barely survived surviving R. Kelly. And while it feels good to bond together over a common perceived wrong, there are levels to this, and maybe we should be a little more selective about who we cancel. Sometimes cashiers and show hosts make mistakes, mom. Now, on to our chief correspondent, Taylor Snipes.
All right. Now, Eileen, I have to ask you, before you tell this story, do you pinky promise that it's true?
I pinky promise that this story is true.
All right. Pinky promise. Okay, Eileen, would you please share this story that you cannot make up?
I call this La Casa del Diablo, which means the devil's house. So I figured coming here, since we're in the middle of October, it's almost, Halloween-y time, and I've been filled with Latino horror stuff all over the place. I figured I'd explain a little bit of how horror in Latin America has been implanted in me. And it all began many, many years ago in Nicaragua. So I am half Nicaraguan. I went to high school in Nicaragua, and my very, very best friend, Johnny, whom I currently do my podcast with, we went to high school together. And when we were teens, he was particularly in love. I mean, he still is, but he's particularly obsessed with horror. And I was a tiny baby that was not into it at all. He was constantly shoving it down my throat, taking me to see The Exorcist when it was re-released. We went to see The Blair Witch Project. I fucking hated it. I hated it. He made me watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was in hell. I loathed every minute, but because I was a good friend, I was like, okay, I'll sacrifice my sleepy nights, because I didn't sleep forever, to do this. And so another thing that we as best friends would do is we filmed everything we did. Johnny had an old-timey camcorder, which at the time was a new camcorder. Okay. So we were those assholes that were like, oh my God, just fucking talk to the camera. Isn't it going to be great? And there's footage of us just being stupid high school teens in Nicaragua talking about horror stuff. We wrote screenplays, horror screenplays together. It was real nerdy, but very fun and cute, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, so in Nicaragua, Managua in particular, in specific, which is the capital, there is a house that has been known as La Casa del Diablo for many, many years. The reason it's known as La Casa del Diablo is because literally on the outside wall, as you drive by it, somebody had painted in either paint or blood, La Casa del Diablo. And it was like kind of drippy paint, and it was terrifying. And it was this huge mansion, dilapidated. It was falling apart, and it was in the middle of a big piece of like overgrown land, and obviously hadn't been touched in years. And the rumors were that back in the 80s and early 70s, when Nicaragua had a lot of political unrest and the Sandinistas were happening and we had civil war and stuff, that a high-ranking man in the military lived there, and a lot of shitty, shady shit was going on in that house. Like maybe murder, maybe torture, maybe both. So because that's like kind of was like the urban legend behind it, this house was always considered to be evil, bad, creepy, terrifying. And it looked awful. Like you pass by it and you're like, oi, no, thank you. So Johnny isn't naturally from Nicaragua. He's from Bolivia and Honduras. And so when I told him this is the history behind this house, obviously him being obsessed with horror, he was like, we have to go to the house. And I was like, no, dude, are you crazy? Like, I've been warned by several people that is not a cool place to fucking go. And so he was like, no, we have to. And he happened to live not too far away from the house. So he was like, dude, we'll get my dad. He'll drive us there. So at least we'll have my dad there. And we'll take my camera and we'll fucking film it. And it'll be so cool. And we'll see if it really is La Casa del Diablo. And I was like, do you understand that this is the craziest idea? I'm not into this at all. And
until you get there.
I mean, even then I was like, my hands are cold just thinking about it again. It's just, it was awful. So Johnny was like, come on, we gotta. Oh my God, how fucking great would it be? Oh my God. And I was like, constantly saying no. He went over to his dad, Mr. Atkinson, and he's like, Dad, drive us to this house. It's not that far. You can stay in the car, leave the lights on, because also Nicaragua being the very poor country that it was and is, a lot of streets don't have a lot of street lights, and so you can go huge chunks of road with nary a light on to see besides your headlights. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a bad idea.
Right.
But still, bless Mr. Atkinson. He was like, okay, let's do it. So he agreed to drive our dumbasses to this fucking haunted house. And I was like shitting. I was like, I don't know. So we had 3 other friends with us, and they, of course, were also hella into it. And I was like, you guys, please can we just go, we'll park, we'll look at it, and then we'll go. And they're like, no, we're gonna go in, and when we go in, we're gonna go horde. And it was like, oh God, the devil is going to take me tonight. Make peace with your life, Eileen, because this is it. You're dying tonight. This is it. We get in the car.
Now I'm intrigued.
We get in the car and we drive to La Casa del Diablo. And Mr. Atkinson is like, okay, guys, it does look pretty dark and scary. So I'll stay here. I'll have the high beams on. You'll know I'm here. You know, be careful. And Johnny has his camera and he's in the car filming all of us. He's fucking Blair Witch Projecting it. And he's just freaking out. So excited. We get out and it's all overgrown, right? So we have to walk this tiny little path that's been like made by people walking back and forth, it seems, but it's still kind of shitty and overgrown. And we walk to it. Our 3 friends are in front of us. Johnny is next with the camera, and I'm behind Johnny pulling his shirt because I'm like, no, wait, hold on, wait, I heard something, hold on, there, no, wait. And he was like, dude, we gotta fucking go. So we go, we cross the front door, and it's pitch black. It's dark as night. Those headlights didn't do a goddamn thing. Yeah. Those lights, fuck those lights. They might as well not have been there. So we cross the threshold, and when our eyes, okay, and another thing, the camcorder isn't like you know how iPhones have like a light, whatever. This is fucking 1999, the year 2000. So this camera, unless you have a full lighting equipment with you, like it's not gonna, yeah, it's that legit. So that shit isn't gonna help at all either. So we go in, and when our eyes finally adjust to the darkness, we see that there's right in front of us, a huge like turning staircase that's going upstairs. But when you look upstairs, you can see that the roof is like coming down on itself. And like, honestly, besides it being spooky ooky, it was just hazardous for us to be in there as like in construction terms. Like a brick would have fallen on our head at any moment. But so there's this huge staircase leading upstairs, very grand, you know, kind of thing. And it's a huge like living area, foyer entrance. And on the walls, it's covered in writing. And it's just like everywhere. It looks like somebody has just written all over the walls. But then when you got in a little bit closer, you could see that it was like, Alejandro loves Maria. So it was definitely like teens going in to make out maybe. And we're like, oh, I love my girlfriend. Or like some guy testing his tag out or whatever. So it wasn't like, I will kill my dad on the 3rd day of November. No, it was definitely people just having fun in an empty home, right? But still, I'm holding on to Johnny like, please, God, no, I don't want to. So we're looking around in this like huge room, and we see to the right that there's a door to lead into another room of the building. And the 3 friends that we were with walked in there like nothing. They're like, we own this place, we're doing it up. And it's like, you guys need to chill.
Yeah.
This isn't a game, okay? It may feel like a game to y'all. I don't think so. So they walk in, and then Johnny, because I'm pulling him at every second, he's like taking.
Oh shit! There's something behind you.
What?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I had to.
My heart. I've been watching too much Paranormal Activity. It's gonna kill me.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I get it. Listen, good call. You did a good job. You got me. Respect to the game. I love it. So Johnny is going to cross into this room, and he's barely through the door where I'm still outside. Like technically I'm still on the other side of the threshold. He's barely across the threshold. He's panning the camera around, and then I see him do this with the camera, and then with the camera he pans to the floor. And then Johnny says, there's a man in the house. Bitch, when I tell you I ran, there was an Eileen-shaped hole in that wall and like a dust like cloud left behind. I was like, bye. Literally, I was waiting by the car with Mr. Atkinson for a full 5 minutes before they even came back. But like, there's a man in the house. There's a man in the house. And I was like, no, see ya. So when they finally get to the car, Johnny said, what I saw was there was a man sitting cross-legged on the floor. And what this man did was he was staring forward, like straight ahead. And then he turned his head slowly to look up at Jonathan. No, bitch. No. So immediately we're all in the car. Mr. Atkinson is like, this was a bad idea. You children, like he didn't think ghost. He thought homeless person. He thought murderer. He thought drug addict. Like who knows, squatter, whatever. And we're like, it's a man. And Mr. Atkinson is like, I almost killed all these children. But we're in the car. Our adrenaline is full blast. We're just like, oh my God, you need to show what's in the camera. We need to see the video. It's going to be crazy. Can you believe it? We saw a man. Oh my God, it's literally El Diablo. So we get to the house. We plug in the camera to the TV to see the footage. Right?
Oh, shit.
Now I remind you, this is the old-timey camcorders where you need a full lighting equipment with you to see anything. So we couldn't see a fucking thing in the video. So even though what we saw was Johnny panning, but there was only like shadows everywhere. And then he pans to the ground and all we hear is like he rustles the camera because he gets so freaked out, and we hear there's a man in the house, and then it's just like crazy camera footage. But we did see like hand shadows go by on the screen, and we were like, did you see that? Did you see that fucking hand? Did you see that hand? Like we were nerding out so hard on this video. So the five of us friends, once we're in Johnny's house, processing this like visit to the house and this man and like what could have been and whatever, Johnny's dad is like, okay, guys, have fun nerding out. I'm going to go to bed. So we're in Johnny's kitchen and we're talking and we're freaking out about it. And like at this point, everything has kind of subsided a little bit. And we're just like, wow, what an experience. Now, the way Johnny's house worked.
Fuck you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got goosebumps. I got on short so I can see that I got goosebumps. Go ahead.
So the way Johnny's house was, it was most of the rooms including the kitchen, had a glass door that opened out into his yard that kind of like swept all around the house, right? So we were sitting in the kitchen and I was sitting at the head of the table. No, lies. I was sitting at like the closest right-hand seat to the head of the table. One of our friends is at the head. Everybody else was kind of scattered, like talking, eating a snack maybe. And as we're talking and relaxing at this point, our friend that was sitting at the head of the table looks directly across to the glass door and he says, "What's that?" And we all look, and this huge shape, just a dark shape in the darkness, is slowly walking up to the glass door. And literally all of us scream bloody murder and like run into Johnny's house, and we're like, "What the fuck is that?" Like, what the fuck? And then we hear cackling, like absolute cackling laughter. And Johnny's like, "Eileen, come back. I was like, "Fuck that shit." Johnny's dad had taken a fucking blanket and he came to fucking scare the shit out of us dumb ass kids because we were freaking out. And he laughed. We went back in the kitchen and Mr. Atkinson was just, he was doubled over. My guy couldn't believe that he had the chance to do it. He fucked with us good. And like, it was honestly, again, respect. He nailed it. And then from that day on, I was like, I think I'm going to take a break from horror things. I think I'm cool. And then I turned 30, 35, and something in my body like chemically changed. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm ready to experience horror again. And I'm happy to say I have welcomed it back with open arms. That is La Casa del Diablo.
Yo, what's Gucci? It's your boy, Big Willie Get Silly, aka the Coqui Poppy, represent Puerto Rico and BX all day, every day. Woo, woo! I'm out here. You already know what it is. Now look, I was in the studio spitting that fire like I always do for my mixtape, which drops in July. And I looked at the calendar and I thought, oh shit, it's almost Valentine's Day and you ain't even got a date, dog. That's wild. I've been out here grinding so hard I've been out here grinding that I ain't even have time for love. That's bugged. But what could I do? Valentine's Day is around the corner. And then I had a thought. Rather than going to the streets and trying to holler at these shorties or go to the club and act mad thirsty, I would just post a video on my page and let the ladies who are looking for a Valentine's Day date know that your boy Big Willie Get Silly is available. Now, before anybody watching this video comments some stupid shit or asks me a dumb question, no, I do not fuck with dating apps because as we all know, it's just a government conspiracy so they can get more information about you so they can charge you more taxes. Facts! If you don't believe me, consider this. Why is Valentine's Day so close to tax day? That's all I'm going to say about it. You can do your own research. It's on the YouTubes, dog. Stay woke. All right, now I'm going to keep it moving. Because a girl might ask, why would I want to date Big Willie Get Silly? That's a good question. You smart. So I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Big Willie Get Silly is a good date. Reason number 1, I'm a good dude. That's right. Now, what does that mean? That can mean so many things. Here's an example. If you're trying to slide through and see your boy Big Willie Get Silly, let's say we're in a relationship, because I am trying to build with someone, and you're like, damn, how am I going to get over there? I'm going to pay for that Metro card, girl. It's no problem for me. So you're thinking to yourself, damn, Will's a good dude. He's going to pay for my Metro card to get over there. All I got to worry about is coming back. Nah, I'm paying round trip, girl. That's right. 2 ways, girl, because I'm a real one, okay? A lot of you fucking with dudes that won't even pay 1 trip. 1 trip? Nah, I'm a real one. Everybody fucks with me because I'm a good dude. Even parents fuck with me. Let's say you want to take me to go meet your parents. Not on the first date. Let's not jump out the window. But let's say eventually, because like I mentioned, I am trying to build, you do take me to meet your parents, guaranteed they will fuck with me. That's the Big Willie Get Silly money back guarantee. All right? Reason number 2, I'm gonna take you on a fancy date, girl. Now look, I don't know where we're gonna go specifically because I don't know what your dietary restrictions are, and I care about you, girl. As I mentioned previously, I'm a good dude, so I don't know where I'm gonna take you. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to pick a restaurant that is gonna have you with diarrhea or some shit. To be honest, that's a bad experience for both of us. So, but I will say what kind of level you gonna expect. You could expect that at least we're gonna do Cheesecake Factory level, girl. That's right. I'm looking to spend at least 75 beans on this date, girl. It's nothing to me. And let's say we do go to Cheesecake Factory and you want to take an extra piece of cheesecake home for ladies or for your friends. I'm with it. It's no problem. Because I'm trying to have a good time. I'm trying to show you a good time. I'm a good dude, all right? See number 1 if you keep forgetting that. Okay? Now, number 3, last but certainly not least, I got bars. That's right. All right? A lot of you fucking with dudes that don't got no bars or say they got bars, they definitely don't got bars like your boy Big Willie Gets Silly. I'm a real one. Certified USDA realness. Check the FDA website. I am registered. All right? Now look, I got bars. So what that means for you is I'm going to write at least a 16 about my experience with you and about how beautiful you are and about how important you are in this world. You know what I mean? At least a 16. I might go crazy right at 32. Or if the date's going really good, I might spaz, do a cannabis and do like 1,000 bars just on how dope you are. Because that's how I am. Okay? I got bars. It's no problem for me. So anyway, that's it. I mean, really, there's nothing more to say. I mean, I think I pretty much made my case pretty clear.
I think we got someone that can talk about the bodegas. Bodega Cat.
Hey, what is going on, my friend?
Hey,
Yo,
wepa!
how you have a bodega and I have a cat, bro? Come on, man.
La mosca.
So la moga, the moga.
What did you think about the debates, Moquita?
Yo, it was shit, man. It was all shit, bro. That's why I'm here.
I'm actually the head of the Cuban American Young Republicans.
Okay, Mirela. Why? You know that this president doesn't really care about us, right?
Speak for yourself, William. I don't think we'll be thrown over that wall, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Everybody, give it up for our next guest, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez!
Hi!
The CDC doesn't mention anything about hookah. Hookah, yes or no?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
and it is so painful for me to bring this in. I know.
Welcome to the goss. When it comes to news and culture, oh yeah, we have an opinion. Rachel or Regine? You can't fuck with Tootie?
I'll never get shot by law enforcement because I'll shoot myself first.
Who are the other 56% of Americans that don't see the U.S. as widening racial disparity? And why is their vision so negative?
Am I legally barred from threatening the president and wishing him ill? Of course. Would I even want to do that if I could? What?
I want to talk about a different racial divide. One between black people and me.
Ms. Warren, I'm not crazy about it either, but I'm just glad that Joe Biden isn't about to pick her as his running mate. Come on!
Lene, the air is thick with sexual tension out there. I feel like everybody's getting a little bit hot under the collar right now. After 5 months of not touching, you gotta. I bet you're aching.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of parts of me that are aching, and there's a lot of parts that should be aching that aren't aching, and it's a problem.
Well, we're gonna fix that.
I'm good. I'm in a Zoom meeting right now.
Just giving you a booty call.
Hey, world, man. I'm kind of far. Wait, I'm in the virtual world right now, but you know what? I'll get back to Juice.
Let me hit you with some sauce, just a little bit though.
And they look at me like I'm the reason why their grandson didn't get into UC Berkeley. It's like, your grandson didn't get into UC Berkeley because he's a lazy piece of shit. We had to sacrifice. And we had to cut off one of our hands. And I thought, no, I can't do this. This is too far. But then they were like, Dylan, you should do it because you are the youngest of our group. You need to sacrifice your hand. And I did. And now I'm playing piano with one hand. One time he called me in the middle of a very vulnerable podcast when I was talking about my trauma, and he called me and he completely ruined the vibe in the middle of me crying.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Extra Ridiculous Science, the game show.
I've never had this much attention on me ever.
My name is Hal, and I am a herpes virus.
Create a virus that has the name has read their read receipts on, but never texts back.
Ghostfluenza is a good one.
That's very...
Orders
Let's
the
do it.
most expensive thing on the menu and then wants to split the check. What would
That's
you
an asshole
name
right
this
up top.
virus?
I mean, if we want to get into the Greek and Latin,
C L I T T Y. Did we get it right?
Listverse is a streaming channel where all content is created by BIPOC, BIPOC.
Mother put bleach in the mouths of her children to make them speak more white. I am a product of laundry left in too long. The dryer has pressed out all my wrinkles. I'm clean and bright. I am.
ICMTU is short for I Can't Make This Up, which is a live comedy show hosted by AJDUNK, spelled all caps. ICMTU brings people together from different backgrounds by sharing true stories that have happened in their lives. Hey, today's shout out goes to Two Hoots. It's okay, Tech Man. It's all right. No worries. Today's shout out goes to Two Hoots. Yes, that's right. Make sure you go to Two Hoots and you can purchase your personalized calendar. You can have it shipped to you within a little bit of time. It's Black-owned business, so make sure you check it out. It's only February. We've got 10 more months to go, so make sure you check out Two Hoots and get your own personalized planner. I'm telling you, you want to do it. twoohootsgiven@gmail.com. That's right. You see it right there. Ooh, what the owl do? I don't know the noise that the owl makes, but guess what? I know what Two Hoots is, and that's where you go to get your planner. All right, everybody. Now, if you would, I'm going to go, but I'm going to let the host come out and do his thing. So, goodbye to everybody. And hey, Big Willie Get Silly, spelled all caps, all one word. Do your thing, man. Enjoy your show. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, hey, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. That's right. We up in here. Booyah! Okay, we here, baby. It's Double Dunk Thursdays. And who's here? Me and you. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you were here since the first show, thank you. If you're just coming in now, thank you too. Much love. All right. Now, you know what we got to do. This is the time where you can get situated. All right. Call your friends into the room. Go in the other room and go get them. Go get your sips. Go get your smokes. Take your quick shits. Whatever it may be, now's your time. Because while you get ready, I'm going to get ready to get the show started. So here we have my guy, Arpit G, coming with the music, Luca Chupi. Now, let's get ready, y'all.
किसी को ना तू बोलना, किसी को ना तू कहना, बातें करी है, अब चाहूं मैं तो खेलना, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे, जरा सा एक दूसरे को छू लेंगे, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे, कमर के अंदर मार तू कमर पे तेरे हाथ, किसी को हम ना बोलेंगे ये तेरी मेरी बात, नेटफ्लिक्स पे नई ये पिक्चर लगी है, सुना है उसमें तेरे जैसी कोई ब्यूटी है, सब कर ले गुड वाइन के साथ, नशा चढ़ेगा होले चढ़े ये जैसे रात, किसी को ना तू बोलना, किसी को ना तू कहना, बातें कर ली अब चाहूं मैं तो खेलना, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे, जरा सा एक दूसरे को छू लेंगे, लुक्का छुपी खेलेंगे.
Hey, Luca Chupi by my guy, Arpit G. Make sure you go to YouTube and you check him out. All right. If you can hear me talking and the music's over, that means it's time to come back from your sips, your smokes, and your shits. Okay. Because that's what we doing. I'm calling you back in the room. Come on back. We about to get started. So hurry up and pour your drink or whatever it may be, but don't trip on the rug. We here. All right. Okay. Before we officially get started, there's only one way for us to come into the show, and that's with the band Salt Pepper Ketchup with my guy Jesus, the Bodega Cat on the vocals.
Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know I can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. You know we can't make this up. Neither can I guess. That's why we have fun here. Yeah. I can't make this up, baby. Ya tú sabes, coño. Ahí, lo fuimos.
Welcome to another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you got my Facebook, my Instagram, and my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. But right now, we are on the Litverse. That's right here, baby, on the Litverse. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, and we got all type. Look, we got all types of things popping up. This is what is going on today. We're in the second dunk of the double dunk. That's right. We are here and we're doing it. We're lit because we on the Litverse. That's right. Yeah. We are here on the Litverse, baby. Make sure you follow, subscribe, do all that. Thank you all. Thank you. Again, the Lunar New Year is next year, and it's the year of the ox. Make some noise if you are ox. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know what kind of noise an ox makes. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna go with because it's our year. They're saying that it's bad luck for your year, but people got to give me something red. I'm accepting all red gifts for good luck. All right, everybody. And if you want the merch, hit up your boy. Go to ajdunk.com. You can send me a message. It's signed by all caps. That's the page on Instagram to follow in order to get merch. All right, you can customize your own merch. You can get merch that's already made, whatever it may be. We bring your vision to life, to a shirt. All right. It's time, everybody. I invite all my guests here, and I appreciate them for taking time out of their day. I consider all my guests to be special when they're taking the time out of their day to be an episode of I Can't Make This Up. How can you not consider that to be special? So, when it's time, the tech, Big Willie Get Silly, spelled all caps, all one word, is going to bring them in. But when he does, I want everybody to make so much noise in their house. I want to be able to hear it through the speakers. I want to hear it through my live. I want to hear it everywhere. So, guests, when you come in, please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you so much. That was such a lovely intro. I was dancing to everything. It was so great. Thank you.
No doubt.
I'm Dylan Adler. I'm a musical comic in New York. You can follow me at Dylan Adler _ Twitter at Dylan Adler 6. There were some teenagers who took so I couldn't have just a Dylan Adler, but yeah, that's me, and I'm excited to be on the show.
Fuck all 5 of them teenagers.
Yes, fuck them. I feel like they're from Aspen or something, you know.
Yeah, so Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm at home with my family. And I've been here since like October.
Oh.
And I'm pretty much, I think I'm gonna be here until like, I get the vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you signed up. It's a list.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go for it. I signed up just yesterday, and it just said,
"Oh, great!
Thanks for signing up. We will contact you." That's it. No dates, no nothing. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's just like an agent, like, we'll get back to you when, like, yeah.
I'll have my vaccine people call nobody.
Yeah, we'll have your people, but it's like the industry is so up in the air. You can really never know. It's like, oh my god. Yeah.
All right. I like to check in with all my guests to see where they are because I get guests that come from all over and they're in so many different places. So right now I'm checking in from Jersey City. Where is it that you are checking in from?
I'm checking in from San Rafael, California. It's outside of San Francisco, California. So yeah, it's like my hometown. That's a picture of my brother and I and my mom right there. So
hey, Cali. All right.
yes,
Okay.
yes, California.
All right. I got fucking shit. 59 inches of snow outside. So
I know, that's what I heard. It's just a crazy blizzardness.
yeah, it happened Monday, Tuesday, and I think that shit's gonna be there until Saturday, Sunday.
Damn.
People are just now starting to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should get my car a little bit of way to get out. So
yeah. Damn.
All right, Dylan, are you ready for me to explain to everybody what is about to happen?
Yes, please explain. I'm very excited.
All right, everybody. I don't care if it's your first time. I don't care if it's your 300th time. I don't care if you are the person that is walking by somebody's house and you hear my voice and you stop and you're like, hey, what the hell are they watching? Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you what is about to happen. Here on I Can't Make This Up, your host right here, your boy AJDUNK, spelled all caps, invites his guests on here to share true stories that have happened in their life that they cannot make up. Now, I have not heard this story, so I'm going to hear it for the first time, just like everybody else. So, my guest today, Dylan, is going to share this story. While he shares this story, feel free in the comments to comment. Comment. Keep going. You could be pressing send while you're commenting. I don't care if you just send. Send all the comments. I'm reading them while listening to the guest tell the story, while also taking notes. Because once the story is done, I will have some questions and I will be asking those questions. And also, if you have questions, when you type it in the comments, put a couple question marks. That's so I know. And if your question pertains to the story, it could be asked. So if you have a question like, hey, why is it that Encyclopedia Q is missing behind you? Then write that in the chat. And then we could be potentially asking that. All right, everybody? Understood? Comment, question, all the above. Now, Dylan, before you tell this story, I have to ask you one thing.
Yes.
Do you pinky promise that this story is true?
I pinky promise. I was considering telling a lie, but I'm like, no, I can't. This is a completely 100% true story. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Dylan, if you would, please share this story that you cannot make up.
Yes. Okay, so this is a story. I wanted to tell a story about when I took the SATs in high school because I wanted to shatter Asian stereotypes. So here we go.
All right.
But so this is a story about I was gearing up to take the SATs as a senior, and my SAT scores before, like, I was not a good test taker. They kind of sucked. And it was the last chance I could really take them. So I bought a lot of books. I took a class. I was like, frantically just trying to, I gotta get this my last chance. So, and it was the very last one. So I was like, okay, this is super, super important. So the night before the test, I couldn't sleep because I was so nervous and I was just focused on, I took like 3 melatonins and still couldn't sleep. It was unhealthy. And I ended up not getting, and I was obsessing over it all morning. Like the next day, I didn't get any sleep. I'm going to suck on this test. But then I eventually drive to the high school where I have to take the SAT. And I get there 15 minutes before the test. And I'm like, hi, I'm here to register. And 3 melatonins is a problem, yeah. I was like, hi, I'm here to register. And the woman says, oh, what's your name? I said, Dylan Adler. She said, you are not on the list. Like, well, what's happening? You're not on the list. And I realized I drove to the wrong high school because I was so obsessed with, oh, I'm no sleep and I'm so obsessed with the hours of sleep. I didn't even like look at the high school on the sheet of paper that I had. So I drove, I was like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden I had to poop so bad. Like it was a nervous, emotional poop. But I'm like, oh God. So then I ran into my car. I was speeding down the highway like faster than I ever have before. Then I realized there was a beeping coming from my car that was signaling you are like dangerously low on gas. You need to fill up. You are dangerously low on gas. And like I am going to literally stop. My car is going to stop on the freeway, but I'm like, fuck it. No, I'm just going to keep driving and driving. So I'm literally driving, trying to conserve as much, but the engine is getting weak and weak. And I swear to God, like my car was just barely the time I made it to the high school, just like it was like a cough of smoke, just barely got to the high school. And so I make it to the high school with 2 minutes to spare. And I run to the room and I'm like, I'm so sorry, excuse me. I think I'm like, I'm Dylan, can I please still take the test? And she was like, yes. And I was like, and I'm so sorry, I have to poop. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. Can we just wait until I go to the bathroom? She was like, okay, fine, go. And so I had to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom and take the fastest, most painful butthole cramp inducing shit of my life. And then I get back, my butthole is still, extremely in pain. And I get there, it's like, 5 minutes after, and the whole class has been waiting for me. And I walk in and she's like, welcome to the SATs. And then I took the SATs and I feel like I actually did pretty well because I had the mentality of, well, I'm just honored to be here and just that I made it. So that's my story. And someone had to, my car was fully not, I had to, it had to be, transported to a gas station where I could get filled up. So that was my, that was the story that I can't make this up.
I got a shitload of questions.
Okay.
No pun intended. Okay. First question.
Yes.
Yes. This is the question right there. What did you get on the SAT?
On the SAT, I got 2010.
Okay. So and that's out of the 2400?
That's out of the 2400. Yeah, I got a 2010. My English was really bad. And but the math was like, I was like pretty good at the math, but the English was like not a good section.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right. You missed 390 points, right?
Yes.
And at the beginning, you said you were breaking Asian stereotypes. You got a good fucking score. Where are you breaking this? Like,
I can't do everything, AJ. I'm trying to normalize Asians being not that smart. So that's our voices need to be heard. Our voices need to be heard.
Hey, some stereotypes are acceptable. Like, I would love to be like considered smart, and then it's not even considered a stereotype anymore. It's like, yeah, that's what the fuck I am. I'm smart. I'm smart enough to go to another school and be like, I'm gonna show my face just to be like, hey, am I taking a test here? Oh no, I'm not. I'm gonna go get my score at this other school. I just came here to show you all that this is how I do.
Yes, actually at my middle school, I was a mathlete and I was the worst mathlete on the team. I was the dumbest Asian mathlete on the team and I would lose my team points every single competition. So that is what my voice is for. That's who I want to represent. Those kids.
I wanted to know this too so bad. Why did they make the whole class wait for you to take a poop?
I know. It felt unfair to me in the moment too. But it was like this thing of everyone had to start at the same time. It was like this thing of like, I don't know, it's like everyone has to start at the same time and everyone ends at the same time. So that's why everyone had to wait for me to shit.
I'd have been like, yo, I know there's somebody else. Like, that was the whole time. I'm like, this person gonna run up in here a minute before the test starts and then say, "Oh, sorry, but I have to go take a shit."
I know, literally the audacity of me. I would have like been like, this bitch. I was in the zone. I would have hated me. But I was too in survival mode. I couldn't even register hatred. I was just like, no, I just have to, yeah. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then I said, that's a lot of stress to poop fast and get back in there. Yes.
Yes, it was extremely stressful, and I felt like I felt the time crunch, and I usually take my time, but it was just I knew I had to just force it all out, and there were cramps going. You know when you poop, it's like there were cramps going on, but I just couldn't. I just like no, I have to just let it. It was an emotional anxiety poop.
Yeah. Yes. He had to pass the first test to get to the second test. He gave himself so many tests that day. Like
exactly. One was a test from God and the other was a test from the state of California.
Oh, another great one. Did you have a plan B if your car would have stopped?
If my car stopped on the freeway, I was in such a state of survival mode. I was literally like, I may run there and just leave this bitch. Because I was fairly close. It would have been like a 10-minute run. So I'm like, I'm just gonna run. But I probably would have just, called AAA and yeah.
Okay, so you said like this was the last test. This was like the last chance to take it.
Did
you take it any times before that?
I took it 2 times before that. I took it the first time. The first time I got a 1300. So I'm grown. The first time I got 1100 wrong as opposed to 308. So the second time I got 1500, and the last time I got that. So yeah.
Wow. And,
Yeah.
and let me guess. The first 2 times you got you got at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep. You woke up, had the perfect breakfast. You got to the test on time. You had 3 pencils sharpened, number 2, bubble ready. And then
Exactly. I gave a rose to, all my friends. I baked them muffins that morning. It was such a lovely, incredible day, and I left feeling lighter than I came in.
You left feeling lighter that last time too.
And yes, I left feeling much lighter that last time. Yeah. 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Now, I guess the stereotype that you were, I think I figured it out. The stereotype that you were breaking, Asians do not struggle before test.
Yeah, or the stereotype I was breaking is that, we, Asians can often forget to fill up their tank of gas or even be remember to read which high school they're going to. So it's like I kind of want to be the next Asian Mr. Bean or the next Asian I forget Magoober or something. There's a person I'm trying to think of. Yeah, the next Asian Mr. Bean.
Did you? Good question. Did you consider calling your parents?
If I called my mom at that moment, she would have been like, "Well, I mean, I've done all I can, and you just won't go to college. Then that's fine. You sure? Fine by me." She would not have helped at all. My dad might have helped, but I didn't consider calling my parents in that moment. I don't think they would have been able to do anything for me.
Yo, the fact that you went to what was the distance between the first school that you went to and the second school?
So I was lucky. The distance between those two schools happens to be like a 20-minute car ride, and I had 15 minutes. So I know. It was lucky. It was lucky that it's like I just happened to like mindfully go to like a nearby high school. Yeah, but it was bad. It was bad. The high school is called Tierland, and I went to Nevada. Was yeah.
Now, was there a Max that you mentioned in this story?
Max is my twin brother, who I didn't. Max is my he he didn't have to take the SATs because Max actually got really good scores even before that. So he just took it twice, and he already got like a 2050. So he represents the Asians who do remember which high school to go to and fill up on their gas, and I guess he's their voice. I'm Asian Mr. Bean's voice.
God,
yes.
See, I'm a slow test taker.
Yes, exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but the difference is I took it when it was the 1600, whatever.
Yeah, it used to be at a 1600 before.
So I took that one, and I had two of those big ass red books. I don't know why I had two, but there's shits. I had it under my bed. I went to the Princeton Review, which was a course, and they were like, "We guarantee that you'll get 100 points more from taking this course." And
yeah.
I did, and I'm still not. I got above 1,000. Let's say that.
That's good.
I mean, shit. I got like 1,100, something like that.
Yeah, that's good. I know. I had those books. They were huge books. Whenever I carried them in my backpack, it gave me like I'm gonna get scoliosis or something because those books in my huge backpack they were bad for my back.
They cause you to poop.
And they also irritable bowel syndrome. They don't teach you that. Princeton Review doesn't say that.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Oh my gosh! Oh man.
Yeah.
They're like, What, did you go home and sleep afterwards, or were you just like, oh, okay?
Afterwards,
Whatever.
I think I like treated myself to some Starbucks and a scone, and I was like, thank God that hell is over. I was so stressed, and I was so stressed from applications and everything, and I'm like, I just like kind of celebrated. It's like, okay, I made it, I'm alive. I treated myself to a little Starbucks.
Okay. And when you left, were you like, this is the best score that I've gotten, or you were like, whew, I think the other two are the best?
I left knowing that was the best one because of the studying that I did, because of the books and everything I crammed for. And I also felt like there was like a calm that washed over me. It's like, I'm just lucky to be in this space and not on the freeway. And so I feel like it almost like, it almost like helps that I like held up the class for 5 minutes and
You
almost.
you're just like, whatever. At least I'm filling it out.
That's exactly my mentality. It's like, at least I'm putting my name and at least I'm doing this. And like my whole essay was about my experience in doing car rides and almost shitting myself now.
Oh, here's another one. Did the score help you with college?
I think it helped a little bit with getting into college, but in the grand scheme of things and college, it like didn't matter at all.
Children, if you're watching, do not follow in Dylan's footsteps.
Yes.
Maybe don't even do it for the first time because you got to pay for these tests. Just don't take 3 melatonin.
Don't take 3 melatonins because that'll fuck you up. Make sure you've reread the high school you're going to, fill up your engine, poop. It's just, these are important things,
Do you think the melatonin caused your day to be like that?
I don't think it might have done, but I think I was just so obsessed with the fact it's like, I only got 6 hours of sleep when I should have gotten 8, and I was so harped on that fact I didn't even take the time to read that page. So that's really what screwed me over.
Oh, look at this. Great comment. Yeah, Dylan is also an extremely talented musician so he doesn't need school.
Thank you. Thank you, Dracula Deadass.
Oh man, so everybody, if you did not go to college, if you did go to college, if you took your SATs and you still think you tried your hardest and you got a quarter of Dylan's score, it's all right. It's not made for everybody. And
yes, and at least you made it to this testing site. You made it there. Most
important. You got there.
You got there. Yeah.
That's all we can do is get there.
Hey, that's all we can do.
So you keep a piano on hand, just
I do. It's right here. This is it. It's I just thought maybe it would add a little flavor. I didn't really use it much, but yeah.
There's a good question.
Oh, can I make up a song about my experience? Yes. No. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I almost dude. I almost dude. I didn't get any sleep. I took 3 melatonins. It said you'd guarantee sleep unless you're Asian. What the hell? And now I wake up and I'm stressed. And I go to my high school. Dylan Adler's the name. Can I get in? I'm not on the test. I am panicking, dissociating. I'm going on the freeway. My engine's about to give out. This is a message from God. I need to change my ways. I almost shit myself, and I held up the class. The kids in the class wanted to kill me, but it's okay. If I were them, I'd want to kill me too. What an audacious bitch.
Do do do.
Do do do.
As soon as I heard the first couple notes, I was like, I think I know this song. I was like, I know this beat, I know this melody, and I was like, so then as soon as you started doing do do do, I was like, yes, and then I was like, yes,
pun.
No, it did that just like boom. That's so you just God damn shit. Like,
thank you, AJ.
I'm shocked. Not like in a good way. Like that's why you fucking pass the test. It seems like you're supposed to be just on the spot, go do it type of person.
Like survival mode. You have to get there. You know. No, yeah, yeah, kind of that energy. The holding up the class while you survival. Yeah.
Yo, oh, I can imagine. I know for a fact there had to be another kid that was in there that had to poop, but was scared to say something to ask to hold up the whole class. And they were just like, oh, I missed my chance.
Exactly. I was brave enough to do it, and that's a part of the reason why I was bullied in high school. But I wouldn't take it back. I'll poop when I want to. I'm my own person. Yes. I'm sure there were people who wanted to anxiously shit too.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was great. I'm shit. You gave me a 3,800 tonight, man. Oof. Oh, man.
Thank you. The Princeton review score. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
So if you think about it, like it just trickled along to right like now. The time that I pressed that popped up on the screen, it says, "Can Dylan make up a song about his experience?" Like that. It was like you walked in that door with that 30 seconds and you gave us 15 seconds to spare. That's quickly you hopped on.
Things never change. Things don't change. Ew. AJ, I got chills. You gave me chills.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Now, if anybody has any last questions, please ask them now. Any questions or comments, whatever they may be, please ask them. I think that I've asked everything that I can. Oh, what was your outfit? What kind of outfit was it that you were wearing?
I was I was like in the closet, so I was like, basketball shorts, this kind of shirt, that was my outfit. It was just comfort. I was going for comfort. So it's definitely a basketball shorts. I know I was wearing basketball shorts that day.
So you're telling me right now that if I take this tie off, because right now I got on basketball shorts. So if I take this tie off and I just wear this shirt and I go to take this test, I could do a lot better than what I did before.
I will say that is absolutely a fact. I will say, I think the tie may have with writing it get in the way of writing as well. So it's just thinking of but I know that's a fact. It's a fact. That it is a comment on straight men. If you're gay, you will do better on the SATs. So
well,
just kidding.
It's all right. It's what it is. I'll just settle for what I can do. He said that was my in the closet look. Oh man.
Yeah.
And now that's everybody's pandemic look. So
and now it's everyone's pandemic look. So I mean exactly. I've reclaimed it. We've reclaimed that word and that look.
Great question.
Great question. My parents were just happy that I got there. Honestly, they couldn't care less if the score was high or low. They were like, "Well, you took the test. Good job. I mean, all those books we paid for paid off." So that they were just happy about that, and they were happy it was higher than the last ones where literally half of the questions I got wrong. with a 1200, so they're happy that.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I guarantee that's every parent's response. It's just like, it's over. I'm just glad we don't have to put more money into this fucking test.
Ugh,
We gotta put
exactly.
money into college or whatever it may be. But
Exactly.
that's over. Ah.
When did your parents make peace with you being a creative? I was actually kind of lucky that my parents, they were generally kind of accepting of me wanting to pursue music at first. And they, I know a lot of Asian parents kind of like encourage the arts, but then it's like, don't pursue it. But my parents were actually, my mom did like make my brother and I do piano, but we ended up loving it and wanted to that was like our big passion, and I'm grateful that they do support it.
I am too. I'm glad they did, because you showing your talent, and boy, man, that's amazing.
Thank you. I feel the same about you, AJ. I
Thank
always love seeing you perform.
Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. Gracias. Grazie. All the above. Hey, look at that. And I got one note. Hey. Oh.
Yes.
All right, Dylan. I like to ask all my guests this question. So, from the time that into the episode till now, when we're about to say goodbye to you, how would you like the people to remember you?
I want them to remember me as, the Asian who doesn't always read the high school in the paper. The Asian who doesn't always remember to fill up the tank of gas. I want the Asian who is airheady and not the brightest, but gets there, and when it's game time and it's like, it's like you have to be in survival mode and just, work and shit like there's no other, he'll deliver. So I want you to remember me as that.
And we shall. We shall. Now, before we say goodbye to you, are there any last words, phrases, things, notes that you would like to leave the people with?
Shake your gas. That's it. Good night.
Once again, I like everybody. I don't care if we can't hear you or not. In your house right now, clap it up for Dylan Adler. Make some noise.
Thank you so much, AJ. This was so fun. I appreciate it. You can also follow me on Insta at DylanAdler_ or Twitter at DylanAdler6. Fuck those 5 teenagers.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
No, they're teenagers. They would still be teenagers. Or it could have been the 5 people that kind of pushed you to go to that other high school.
All 5 of them were in that classroom that I held them up, so they kind of did it to spite me. I get it.
All right, my friend. Thank you for coming on and sharing that story. I'm glad it was a happy ending to all. I'm glad we were able to laugh at the journey that you had to take to get to that.
Yes.
Thank you for giving your time. I greatly appreciate it. I honestly do. Enjoy the rest of your night and continue to stay safe. Enjoy that California weather.
Yes. Thank you so much, AJ. This was so fun.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Yo, I think when I had to take my SAT, I was probably in the parking lot, in the car, at least a half an hour for it each time. And I think I took that bitch like 4 or 5 times. because every time it was like, oh, your best verbal and your best math, it doesn't have to be on the same test. We'll take this one and get that one. Man, my verbal and that shit, this to this means this to that. It was just like, man, stop, bro. Can you like? They should change the SAT to where the verbal part, somebody is speaking to you. Then we'll really understand what's going on, man. Like, if you pass that part. Matter of fact, I had a teacher in high school that got a perfect score on the verbal part. That shit didn't help me. But that's what that was. Oh, so before we get into what we have learned today, I would like you in the comments to take a vote. If you believe this story, comment with all caps. If you do not, let me get a nah ho. So if you believe this story, let me get an all caps. If you don't, let me get a nah ho. All right. So what we have learned today. We have learned that in order to break a stereotype, you got to be. You can't do it. You can't do it. Some stereotypes, just facts, good facts. All right. Stereotype is not a connotative word. It could be positive. Shit, look at that. It showed up last fucking second. Then said, "May I go to the bathroom?" Went and took a shit. Got all that frustration out. Then he went and did his thing on the test. So that's what we learned today. Every stereotype is not a stereotype. Some are just facts. And facts are good. So thank you again to everybody that tuned in today. I appreciate it greatly for tuning into another episode of I Can't Make This Up. I'm your host, AJDUNK, spelled all caps. You can find me at www.ajdunk.com. From there, you've got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. It's all located at ajdunk.com. I also have my YouTube up there. So when you go to my YouTube page, you can see sketches, you can see skits, you can see the soup of the day. There's a lot of entertainment there. So you can find something that you'll enjoy and something that somebody you know will enjoy. So you can go there, share the link, tell a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend that you know a friend. Also, don't forget, signed by all caps on Instagram. Follow the page to get custom all caps merch. All right, you see that? It's all caps, baby. It's the lunar year of the ox. That's what it is. And also I make custom tees that fit you in different ways. It doesn't have to just be the year of the ox. It can be other things. So make sure you go to signed by all caps on Instagram. Again, we are here on the Litverse. You see here, the Litverse. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and tell a friend. Tell somebody else. Be like, hey, there's people that are making products, doing things that look like us. All right? It's not just this. It's this too. All right? This is where you come to get that material that's made by us, for us. Okay? Other people can enjoy it too as well. But it's made for us. This is our space where we're here to do things, and I'm here to shine light on everybody. All right, that's why I bring guests from all over, all different places to share these stories. I'm the guest, I'm the host, they're the guests. So that's how it works out. Okay, again, follow the Litverse. Follow the Litverse. Make sure you subscribe. You can go to usually things are live on the Twitch channel. So if you want to watch live, make sure you watch on Twitch. Also, soon as the shows are done, you can go to the Litverse YouTube page and you can watch old episodes there. So once this is done, if you want to watch it back from the beginning, you missed a part, you can go to the YouTube Litverse page and view this episode and past episodes. So again, thank you for tuning in. My name is AJDUNK, spelled all caps. Don't forget, laughter is always in style. And Let them know, Ma.